Hello and greetings on yet again Devs and Hodlers meeting, another live stream. We are live on number 99. So that's a huge news because next one is going to be 100. We are ready with some spoilers tonight, and we'll be sure to be ready next week as well with number 100. This is 99. My name is Mikołaj. With me, Przemek and Orłosz and
Hey.
Bartek and
Hi.
Citral.
Hi everyone.
Hello guys.
And we're gonna go over to Big Short Bets website to talk about some news in the beginning. One of the most tremendous news I saw online just recently, I think today, was about Norway. They found a huge amount of rare metals in Norway, which is going to be introduced sometime when they gather it. They're gonna get some years, I'm sure. For as you can see, EV batteries, PV, and generally eco shift in the main rare earth metals that are needed for all of that stuff. As you know, all your batteries in your iPhones or your batteries in laptops and what's so there is a big shift for the West. As you may know, Norway has a lot of issues with Russia, also with China, but this is a way different thing because as you know, Norway is close to the Arctic, the north side of the the North Pole, and Russia wants to gather all that land just like they did lately with Ukraine. And maybe sometime in the future, if not yet, there might be some kind of wars maybe for these kind of materials. So I'm gonna ask these guys and you guys in the chat for the comment about this one. Mr. Orłosz, is it big news for the market?
Yeah, we are speaking about the non-ferrous metals all the time, like lithium and all the kind of stuff, that all the metals and non-metals that are built into electric batteries. Well, that will be the most will have the most supply shock, for example, because there's a huge demand for it, and those metals probably are expected for.
But is
for
it going to
growth.
be like some kind of revolution, like when Spanish not inquisitors but Spanish conquistadors found a lot of silver in, what was it, 1500s, 1600s, and they brought back a lot of silver, the ships full of silver from South America to Europe, and there was a big revolution of prices within this silver. Is it going to be something like that? The prices are going to drop for batteries if there is still a high demand?
I don't think so, because it still won't be sufficient. Like this growth that we probably gonna expect in those areas, like all the countries that electrifying their cars and everything. So this time it won't be a silver; it will be a lithium or other metals that the batteries are made of.
Okay, so
Other than that, also
yeah.
there was I think yesterday there was a funds meeting. Yeah, so we had like 0.25 BP hike. We could see that what happened on a big on a Bitcoin chart.
Okay, yeah. I only have a meme. Should
Only
I be?
have the meme. Yeah, this
that's...
is something like that's happening right now, basically.
Okay.
That would happen.
Okay. Other than that, I think there is a news from Rafał Zaorski. Should we talk about it, Mr. Orłosz? There is a research Big Short Bets thing going on.
I'm not directly in charge of this part, but yeah, as far as I know, there will be a meeting in 504 apartment. It will be about the research, about the, we could say, wide research that you can do on the market yourself. We're gonna see there was a and we are basically in Big Short Bets, we are expanding this team. We are now looking for people that will do it, and maybe they do it for fun as a hobby, and they want to join some and do some like cool stuff. And this is something what we're gonna do in 2023. So yeah, if you are interested to come.
Okay.
But actually, you have to send an email explaining why DX
Explaining
are
what
so
DX are
expensive.
so expensive. Yeah, but is it DX in the United States or is DX in general? Because there is a huge crisis with DX going on in North America right now.
I mean, yes, there is, and that's why partially I think the whole market is affected in terms of eggs. Because if you don't have it, you have to import it, and this affects globally. We have a global market on eggs, I think.
Okay, so there is another question for our community. Are you going for a bull run or are you still a sleepy bear? Or maybe you're a Bitcoin crab in the middle, snapping both of them. Yeah, that's the question for our community. Feel free to answer in the chat. Other than that, leave a thumbs up.
Also, I have a small announcement I
Yes,
could say
please.
I'll make. I will not keep it for to the end this time.
Go
So
ahead.
there's and probably it's gonna be officially announced like next week or something. But we are partnering with Cashify in Poland, and yeah, they wanted to help in Big Short Bets growth as well. We are establishing this party. They will support us in development of the community and the platform. And actually, it's a huge step because mostly everywhere in Poland, you will be able to buy BSB tokens with cash. So I think this is a pretty cool idea, and yeah,
Okay.
soon this partnership will be announced. But it's something the heads up, some inside info we could say.
That sounds cool, actually. If buying with cash, that's an interesting thing. Okay. Other than that, go to Twitter page, leave a follow on the Big Short Bets Twitter page. Just at Big Short Bets, and you're gonna find it as well for some news. And obviously, you're gonna find all the links needed to join the bigsb.io and basically go over to the platform. And we're gonna go over to our devs, where we're gonna talk about some amazing news from the platform. So I'm probably gonna give a voiceover to Przemek, but if there is any kind of introduction needed from Bartek, one or two, just go ahead and
I
go
would like
get
to
some.
just say that I just give you the, let's say, like right now before Przemek will say about the ticks and about the CME contract parameters that we would like to just present today. Like always, right? This is something that we come up based on the feedback that we receive from the big trading institutions and many people right that. So this is why we are. You need to understand why we are adding new, more complicated features and things to the market, because there is big interest in this project from bigger companies and bigger liquid providers and so on. But they would like to just have this mimic the market. So this is why we need to just implement something like that. At the beginning, we tried to do it as simple as possible, but we just realized that, okay, we cannot be so rebellious about the solutions, right? We don't, in a few things, we cannot go our way. We need to go well-known way, let's say like that. And this is why some parameters and things we need to add right now based on the feedback that we just received from very big VCs and many people like that. And as well as I don't think that we can announce one cooperation, but I would like to say that was as well one big cooperation coming in a time. But I don't want to talk about it. But I would like to talk about why we are searching for cooperations and partners like that.
Okay.
One of the corporations that they are coming, they have very big connections in many other crypto projects, and we come up with very good solution, and that we would like to be part of some multi-sig contracts. This allows us to increase our bridge security, and we don't need to go with those solutions from zero because of those connections that somebody is investing in the Big Short Bets and as well invest in a different project. They connected hands, the dev teams, and thanks to that, both of the projects just improved themselves thanks to that, right? And this is why we are going from door to door for VC to VC to just create this network of contacts and the teams to just increase, to just improve each other.
Mhm.
And I can say that we, like, that many of you, they are aware of the bridge, and we used a lot of our time to just test it. But with this solution, I can say that I'm first in the time. I can say that we will have the secured bridge, right? And I am quite, I'm looking forward that we will start developing that and add this to our bridge, because multi-sig contracts means that there is no way that there is a single point of failure. If you would like to just withdraw the funds or just attack the bridge, you need to hack many entities in the same time, which is quite problematic, right? Because you can find the one. I mean, if you look on an organization, like for example, any project, there is always people, right? And there is always, let's say, like chains, right? And you can find a one gap in this organization that allows you to do a lot of things, right? But if this one thing is not depend on this simple point of failure, it's depend on many other actions that you need to provide the process that will increase your security, then there is, the possibility of exploiting and hacking so many people at the same time without realizing that the situation is happening is almost zero, right? Many of us are very aware of the security, right? But maybe one of us will make a mistake, but this one mistake doesn't mean that our bridge will be exploited, right? So I'm quite happy about the solution. I think when we will prepare our technical documentation about that and the architecture, we will share that more in the lives. But I would like to say that we are still looking for better things and better solutions for things that we already implemented, right? And I would like to just announce it today because I think that it is very good news. And if you have a questions right now about that, I think we can just cover that. But you can imagine that once again, multi-sig contracts means that there is not only one signature of owner of the contract is enough to do something bad for the bridge, right? So it means that there many people can be. And for example, if we will have the big VC on our side, if we will have the dev team, we have our founder, Rafał Zorski, we have our application that as well can be validator, right? We can just use our nodes that in the future will be every big hodler on a bigshortbets. All of them needs to agree in some level about some actions. If there won't be any consensus between those entities, then the transactions won't happen on the contract. So this means that there is no one point of failure, let's say, right? There's no one owner that can be hacked, right? There will be group of the entities that needs to be cooperative about some actions to increase the security. And I'm quite happy about the solution, and I'm happy that it's already tested. Many of well-known projects use that, and we will be part of this ecosystem as well, and we will be next to them in the line with the same solution, with the same security, right? And I think that is good news. And right now,
I think we already mentioned about that partner in previous DEVS and HODLERS, so it's not a mystery.
Sorry, I had the problems with my house.
So you can say like it's Woo network.
It's.
I will say from my side that it sounds like the system that United States have, that you're gonna have a lot of stuff to shoot a nuke, atomic bomb.
Yes.
You're
This
gonna
work
need,
in the same way.
people with keys and people calling each other, doing stuff. So if one of them is being hacked, it doesn't mean it's gonna go work and start nuking on everybody.
Yeah. So we can just say that simple that it's working in the same way, right? If you have those keys, that is and launching codes, right? The same key, right? You cannot. Yeah. It's not enough to have one private key to just exploit the bridge, and I think that it's good, right?
Sounds good. Good.
And based on this copper. Yeah.
We had a question about that cooperation on Telegram, and like somebody asked us like, what is the guarantee about that? Like that partner didn't take money and just disappear.
Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Answer, yeah. I don't know what talking about. As you see, if you are with us on DEVS and HODLERS, you always have leaked information.
I mean, it will be smart contract. It's just we are taking just the technology, right? So it means that we are taking something, the solution, but the solution still is a smart contract. So it's like, this is how you say that. For example, how I can know that the Satoshi Nakamoto will someday come and just delete the Bitcoin, right?
I mean,
There is no
how do you
way, man.
know if your mobile phone from Orange, T-Mobile, or whatever might be leaked? How do you know your Facebook profile might not be, email might be leaked, or Spotify, whatever? They've been happening a lot of, leaks, email leaks, or password leaks around the globe, obviously. But I'm not an expert in this kind of stuff, but it's it's a wild west if we are talking about blockchain, but also like a high security components other than in the Web 2.0 and now in Web 3.0 or blockchain. But that just me, and I'm just a green head about it.
If somebody will from the street came to me and say that we have a bridge that can be more secure than your solution, I won't be able to just believe in that, right? But if we have a person who starts with that, I would like to be part of your project. I would like to put the money there. I would like to extend your community. I would like to list your token in our environment. And then they suggest us to help us. If we would like to just exploit us and just destroy from inside, they won't help us with our bridge, because bridge is the easiest way to just destroy any project, right? So if they would like to increase our security in this area, it means that they very good. They have only good intentions. They are not bad actors, and I'm looking forward for that, right?
Yeah,
But
for
yeah.
us, it's less work. Like we don't have reinvent the wheel. So
oh yeah, exactly.
It will be good solution for that.
Smart. But I'm pretty sure Przemek didn't invent a wheel again, but he kind of made a lot of new research regarding, as you know, the name of this live stream, which is a tick. For me, it's just a bug, but I don't think a tick is a bug in your environment. So
no, it isn't.
Like
so let me share my screen.
From the grass, the forest, that kind of tick. But I'm pretty sure it's a different kind of tick.
So I will tell that in a moment, but
sure,
firstly tell me
screens.
All right, I'm waiting. So tell me when you're ready.
I'm just I say once again, you need to remember why we are doing that, right? We have many meetings with very interesting group of people, VCs, traders, liquidity providers. Everything what we are doing right now with the market is based on their feedback to improve the product for them and make sure that they will be more willing to use that, right? So Przemek, floor is yours, and thank you very much for that.
Okay, so tonight we are going to talk in a technical perspective about a tick and prices, but firstly let me tell you that it's been 2 years for me in bigshortbets, so I've been working on bigshortbets for 2 years now, so pretty nice anniversary.
Oh,
yeah.
Is it today? That's nice.
Not today, but this month. It is this month.
Was it Valentine's Day?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Sure.
Not so romantic.
Okay.
Let me check when was that.
All right. Let me introduce you to tick prices from a technical perspective. So firstly, a tick price is the smallest possible change in a price for a financial instrument, such as futures contract on our platform, such as a mini Nasdaq, Bitcoin futures, and crude oil futures from CME that we have already discussed on previous live stream. And this tick price represents the minimum price increment or decrement that can occur. As you can see there, for a mini Nasdaq, which will be listed pretty soon on our platform, it is 0.25 index points equals $5 for Bitcoin, $5 per Bitcoin, and for crude oil futures it is 100 per barrel equals $10 because the whole contract size is 1,000 barrels. And here I prepared a really quick snippet from a solidity contract that is not a production ready contract, but it represents the idea as a whole from the position of code. So here we have this uint 256 variables that are public. There are 3 of them. One of them is tick price that represent the value of price fluctuation, and as I already mentioned, contract size that represent the amount of underlying assets specified in the futures contract. For example, for WTI oil it is 1000 barrels, for E-mini Nasdaq is different amount, for Bitcoin futures it is different amount, and minimum fluctuation of underlying asset. So here we can calculate profit or losses of a user regarding the current price that is provided with uint 256 as well. And firstly, we calculate this price difference between current price and contract size, and then we get our profit by dividing the difference by minimum fluctuation and tick price. So here it goes, as you can see. That's what I have to say about tick prices. But the second feature that I have been working on is automated deployment of smart contracts and markets. As you can see there, all of the future contracts have these dates of expiration. For example, January, February, March, April, and so on. One of most of them has time 1 month, and sometimes it is a quarter, for example, for Nasdaq. So it was needed, as we didn't want to do it manually every time a new contract emerges, to provide better user experience, because it's done with the according documentation. So, for example, this example is from CME website, from CME documentation. Every futures contract has a month code and a year code and a product code. For example, this E-mini S&P 500 futures has product code ES, month code January F, and year code 9 because 2019. So we had to develop all of this, all of the system, all of the algorithm to automatically deploy the smart contracts for our bigshortbets network, for you to get better user experience. And actually, that's all from me. What would you guys say?
Hey, good
about
job.
the
And I
stick
feel if you
pricing?
just
Nice.
if you just get back to the automation deployment smart contract, I would like to say a few things, guys. Przemek is talking about the things that we are needing right now, right? To just make sure that there is constant presence of the contract on the market. So there is no way that we will be the delay or maybe time gap between starting new contract and creating the contracts on markets on our platform, right? But you can imagine that we can go further with that idea. This is the first step, just tested, but maybe we can just think, let's say, further, and let's just make a mental experience right now. You can imagine how we can utilize the automated deployment of the smart contracts on the blockchain. First of all, we can create, for example, GitHub repository that you will deploy your Solidity contract, and after the review of the developers, they can be deployed automatically, so you don't need to do anything more about it. And you can imagine, right? You just make a merge request to the GitHub, to the catalog that we will just flag as a market, for example, the pools, and you can just put there your market, and then this, let's say, a little bit with small changes, this code could deploy that automatically when after we will merge that, right? So, for example, developer will say, okay, there is no gaps, there is nothing that will exploit our platform or code is not harming anybody in the platform. So okay, we are merging that, and few seconds, maybe not second, but okay, up to a minute, you will be able to see that because it's merged and deployed automatically from the GitHub, right? We can go further with that. What's happened when you don't know the solidity? Maybe in the future we can, but it's very far future. But you can imagine that, for example, you would like to create a bet pool market from somebody, but you don't know how to program. So maybe we'll be able to create, for example, for you the UI that will allows you to generate the contract and put it automatically on the blockchain, and you don't need to know any word. You don't need to know how to write any line of the code, because it will generate your contract automatically with some parameters that you will put in a formula, in an application, right? Like you will fill in some tables, and then you click just create, merge, and if everything will be fine and the dev team will accept your merge request, then the market will create automatically on a blockchain, and you don't need to be developer to do that. And this is something that you can imagine that we are making small step that's opening huge door for us, right? And I'm very impressed, Przemek, and thank you very much for that. And guys, for you right now it sounds simple, right? But it's opening so many possibilities for us project that you cannot imagine, right? That only our imagination is just a limitation right now.
Yes, in previous DEVS and hodlers, we're talking about the bets, but between two users. So it can be similar, like we deploy the markets, like you said before, but we can like create a forms for you to give us a parameters to any bet, and you can make a bet with somebody, like send them the private message command, bet with me about I don't know, price, about something like this, and then we add the validator, or you add the validator who like can say, okay, you won or you lose.
Yeah. So yeah, you
That
can.
is cool.
So Przemek, so you can see that small things create very good, very big opportunities and big functionalities, right? So
The power of small fish, yeah.
any guys questions to Przemek or about that? Like escrow, not exactly like escrow, but we can. There is similarity, but it's not like. I mean, if you would like to read more about it, how a few things happening through the GitHub or automation on the, let's say like that, it's for people who are more in IT guys, they will understand that. But maybe for you, there's infrastructure that allows us to create few, because from code to the running application, there's many steps that needs happening, right? And in the past, many of those steps was done manually by developer, right? But right now there is a lot of tools that allows us to automate many things like that, like building the project, deploying the project, running that, checking after this, creating the pods, creating the instances of the application and so on, right? Without going into the details, this means that everything's what you need to do as a developer can be automated. So we ask ourselves, Przemek asked ourselves, how we can just extend that, right? How we can just move a little bit further with that. Not only that we just stop in a place right now that you need to only write a code, and the rest of it will be happening automatically. And once when you just added to the list of automated deployments smart contract of the market, for example, MNE or Bitcoin, you don't need to do any additional work in the future months after the closing of a smart contract, right? And right now, I'm just putting more challenging task. What I think is right now, after that will be no so hard to do, is how we can just, for example, automatically deploy something that is community would like to add to the blockchain. I would like to make a possibility to people without coding skills to automate the blockchain, right? So we're moving forward our boundaries, right? And this is why I think it's quite fun, and yeah, I'm quite enthusiastic about it. You can see, right?
Yes, even for now, if you want to deploy new market, for us it's just like a fill in the form, and we can create a market for from the team. It is an internal process. So even me or Bartek, we are not a programmist. We take care of our product and whole project. But we don't need to ask Przemek to make a deployment of new contract. We can fill we can fill the problem and deploy new contract right now, because we already prepared some tools for that. So we test it like now in our work, but in the future we can give you that form and use that for deploying new markets, bets, or something like this.
Anything to add what we say, because we just step in your presentation, so
No, actually, yeah, it's all right.
It's okay. Okay, if it is okay, then it's okay. Guys in the chat, I'm glad there is more people showing up. If you had or have some troubles, questions, or anything, request perhaps, request for explanation, request for support, just feel free to use the chat on the live stream, because we do this kind of live streams every week. This is the greatest opportunity for you to talk with the devs kind of like face to face, because as you know, most of the time they are working behind the scenes. Usually the IT guys are these people that you won't see anywhere almost, but as you know and as you'll see, the Big Short Bets project is about you guys, the community, but also the a space where you can talk with creators of it, not just the investors, but the real flesh and body creators of this platform, this project. And we're gonna have a question from the chat about, will there be a vendors and hodlers and devs face-to-face meeting this year?
I'm not sure, but there maybe not such things, but there will be an update for like top 100 or top 200 hodlers at Złota. I think now those kind of meetings will be held, and we also have updates there. I don't know if there will be vendors and hodlers and devs face-to-face meetings per se, like with the presentation and everything. More like meetings with presentation, but on Złota.
Let's say like that, right? We cannot say more. We don't know, and everything depends. First of all, right? Like Maciek said, right? There is many meetings about with the top 250 or top 100 when we have very important decisions to make with the VCs or anything like that. We as a team will always try to organize face-to-face meeting and just make it possible to just discuss it in a bigger group. But in the past, we know that Rafał is quite spontaneous person. Sometimes they make an anniversary of the listing of the Uniswap, just making an idea a month before the meeting. So we don't know what's happening this year. We can just guessing that sometimes meetings like that they're happening, but we cannot promise that it's 100% sure, right?
But you might meet face to face with some of the devs, some of the other hodlers, because Rafał, the founder of the project, is just as Bartek said, really spontaneous about organizing things, but also he's organizing more things than just Big Short Bets meetings. For instance, there were some more closed, more open meetings in the past years. Some of them were kind of elite, réponses s'il vous plaît, and some others were more open, like art of speculation meetings, where some of the devs and some of the holders were there, because if you're following Rafał, then you know that sometimes me or Bartek's or some other guys might pop up there. So if you know the faces, if you know the people, you're going to recognize them easily, and then you might have some opportunity to say hi, hello. But you can also say hi, hello on the Telegram chat, where there are two chats, one in Polish, one in English, where you can, come and join a community, because not only other hodlers are there, but also the devs and the team. We are there. We are using this platform. We are there on the groups. We are there on the chat. So if you want to go and chat, say hello, face to face or online, this is it. So there are like few few options for you. Just wait for a meeting face to face, go to the Telegram, go to the platform, or come over, leave a subscribe button, and come over to our live streams every week. We are here with you. DEVS and HODLERS meeting.
Exactly.
So
I
any
don't know,
news
like you
about
guys
new
see-
investors? Any news
Yes,
about new investors? For example, from
About the-
United States, we spoke about some of it.
And we can just say this once again. So let's say like that. I will start that we have a lot of meetings with Maciek at the Orwash, right? And I don't know, Orwash for sure is only person who knows which we already can name. So we just spoke about it. Some of them we cannot right now.
But there
but
were
we can see-
conversations going, right?
Yes.
A lot of them.
We have 2 corporations as for sure confirmed. One we announced today is a Polish one. One is the United States corporation as well as on. I think it's almost on the let's say final stage of the finalization, right? We are all speaking with 2 VCs, bigs from Europe and 3 VCs on the United States. I think Maciek, right?
Yes. No, the list is much longer. Like the pitch actually, the list is huge. We are now like there will be definitely meetings in the I think after the Dubai Expo 2023 that's happening right now. After that, we're gonna have some meeting in Złota in one-on-one because one of the people coming from the Dubai also might visit Złota. And as well as there's a long list, a huge list of VCs that had information about the bigshortbets that possibly want to cooperate with us. Yeah, but still, I mean, for the nearest future, there will be some announcements regarding the partnerships with someone from the Polish. With someone from the Polish Garden as well as from the international one. But look for the official announcements on our communication channels.
And
this is all I can say.
meeting.
Or what you can give us some juicy names or something like this.
Yeah, wait for it.
Next time.
Okay. Oh yeah, on 100, yeah, that's a good idea.
Next time, yeah, like next 100, you have to make some special.
Yeah,
move.
Namrasi just asked a question. Do you have a party cups ready? I just wrote yes. We do. We are ready for the party 100 next week.
I mean, if we are talking about our anniversaries, I am looking forward to Namrasi knows what is your when you had your second anniversary with the project, because I think you are longer in the projects. You are longer in the project than some of our developers. So I'm looking forward to know how long you are in the project with us. So.
we need to bring a cup for you. Actually,
yeah, exactly, right?
Or come in here, like you are almost here every time. That's
every time.
Big.
I agree.
Or maybe on next DEVS and HODLERS meeting, we should add phones so somebody can call to ask.
Exactly.
Something like this. Yeah, or just join to the Discord or something like this and ask ask questions if somebody want.
Yeah.
If somebody want.
We should make
it will be fun though
a
if
meetup
somebody
with
wants to.
HODLERS, but online.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have
we have first person in the queue.
Okay. And we are 10 minutes before 7 p.m. That might sum up with the last question from Namrasi. Do you have your cups ready? We will have them ready, and I hope you will as well next week. Because next week is number 100 anniversary, a lot of anniversaries. That's cute, that's great, that's amazing. We are working toward second month of this amazing year for bigshortbets, and we're gonna hope that your year is just as amazing as ours so far, because we are working hard here with DEVS, and we hope you're gonna have some tremendous time with us on next live streams, on next updates from the platform. Market is coming, new news are coming. The 100 will be amazing, so just come over next week. Leave a subscribe button so you won't, forget about the next live stream, and we're gonna see you next week. Yes. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You guys.
See you.
See you next time.